Stop scrolling. Listen carefully. You've been telling yourself that today is just another day, another morning, another night. But here's the truth you've been avoiding for too long. Today is the day that changes everything. You've convinced yourself that you'll be ready tomorrow, that you'll try harder next week, that the stars will somehow align in your favor. But here's the cold, brutal reality. Those tomorrows never come. They're just empty promises you whisper to yourself when the truth feels too heavy to face. Today isn't just another day. It's the day you either wake up or stay asleep forever. For too long, you've been hiding. You've been playing small, telling yourself that life is too hard, that it's too unfair, that you don't have what it takes. You've built this fortress of excuses, and every day you add another brick to the wall. You tell yourself it's not your fault. You say, it's not the right time. I'm too tired. I'll do it later. And you feel safe behind those lies, don't you? But here's the thing. Comfort is a lie. And every time you tell yourself tomorrow, you're only digging a deeper hole for yourself. You're not tired from life being too hard. You're tired because you're running away from something you've been avoiding for years. The truth. The truth is, you've let yourself become your own worst enemy. The version of you that's afraid of failing, that's afraid of being great. You've convinced yourself that you're just not cut out for success, that you don't deserve more. But here's what nobody dares to tell you. You are exactly where you deserve to be. Every single excuse you've made, every time you've avoided the hard work, every moment you've given in to fear, that's why you're stuck. You are exactly where you've allowed yourself to stay. No one is stopping you but you. The truth? You're the one locking yourself in the cage. It's time to let the monster out. Do you feel it? That tightness in your chest? That growing discomfort? That's not fear. Number, that's recognition. The part of you that knows it's time. Time to stop hiding. Time to stop pretending that your mediocrity is good enough. Your weak version is screaming, trying to hold you back. But you know deep down it's done. It's over. It's time to fight. For years, you've been feeding that weak version of yourself. You've been telling yourself that you're not ready, that you're too busy, too tired, too unlucky. But what you really mean is that you're too afraid. You've been too afraid to face the power inside you, the power that's been sleeping, dormant, waiting for you to wake it up. You think you're scared of failure? No, you're scared of what happens when you wake up. You're scared of the responsibility. You're scared of the raw, savage strength that's been buried deep inside you. You're terrified that once you unleash it, there's no turning back. But here's the thing. The monster doesn't care. The monster inside you doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, your unlucky circumstances. It doesn't care if you're tired or if it's hard. The monster wakes up in the middle of pain, rage, and struggle. That's where the magic happens. That's when the real you is born. The you that's been hiding for far too long. Now, let me warn you. Waking up the monster is going to hurt. It's going to tear apart everything you thought you knew about yourself. The easy version of you, the one that's been making excuses, is going to fight back. It's going to scream, beg for mercy, try to keep you in your safe little cage. But you cannot listen. If you want to grow, you have to let the monster do its work. Growth is ugly. It's painful. It rips you apart, forces you to face the parts of you that you've ignored for far too long. It is not gentle. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't care if you're ready. But here's the truth. You don't get to decide when the monster wakes up. You don't get to control the pain. All you can do is embrace it, face it head on, and let it reshape you into something greater. You cannot be the person you want to become without shedding the old version of yourself. You've been lying to yourself, haven't you? For years, you've been telling yourself that you can't, that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it. You've been feeding yourself lies to stay comfortable. But comfort is the killer of all dreams. It is the deathbed of ambition. The world doesn't hand you success. It doesn't give you victory. You have to take it. You have to tear it from the jaws of mediocrity, from the hands of the people who want to see you fail. You have to fight for it. But here's the problem. You've been waiting for things to be easy. You've been hoping for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, the stars to align. But life doesn't work that way. The perfect moment doesn't exist. You don't wait for the storm to pass. You learn to dance in the rain. The monster inside you wakes up not when everything is smooth, but when things get hard and you choose to stand your ground. So, I'm going to ask you this now. What's it going to be? Are you going to keep hiding, keep feeding the lies, keep listening to the weak version of yourself? Or are you finally going to stand up and let the monster take control? The monster doesn't care about comfort. It doesn't need reassurance or permission. It doesn't waste time wondering if it's ready or worthy. It moves. It acts. It fights. It doesn't negotiate with fear. It doesn't stop when things get hard. It doesn't stop when it gets knocked down. It rises. That's the difference between success and failure. The monster doesn't care about falling. It knows that failure is just a part of the process. Failure is nothing but a lesson. Every time it gets knocked down, it rises again, stronger, angrier, more determined. You're not afraid of failing, are you? No, you're afraid of what happens after you fail. You're afraid of having to get back up, to keep fighting, to keep pushing, even when it feels like the world is against you. But that's where the power lies. In the struggle, in the grind, in the moment when you want to quit but you don't. That's when you make your mark. Because here's the truth, and it's a hard truth. You're going to die someday. And when that day comes, the only thing that will matter is this. Did you leave your mark? Did you make a dent in this world? Did you become the person you were always meant to be? Or will you just be another face in the crowd? Another person who lived and died without ever truly living? This is the moment. This is the day. The day the monster wakes up. The day you choose to stop hiding. The day you stop feeding your excuses. The day you start taking control. You may not feel ready. You may still hear the whispers of the old version of you, the scared version, the weak version, telling you that it's too much, that you can't, that you're not enough. Ignore it. That voice is not in charge anymore. You are. So stand up, burn the excuses, embrace the pain, let the monster rise, let it take control, let it lead you to the greatness you've been hiding from. Make them remember you.